Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Kreide Duel between DustinEchoes going up against Griffin65, who's currently like ranked 10th or something. He was ranked 6th a few days ago, I think. It fluctuates, right? But he's in the top screen, right? Anyways, we'll cover the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. So this is the deck review for DustinEchoes, and he's playing a 16th Belgium. I like this div a lot, because I saved Warno. Anyway, yeah, there's some things I would do differently. First things first, straight to the AA tab. You need this to kill infantry. Really, really good at killing infantry. So just choose which one you don't want anymore. I would go for the Geppen. And then, do you need 12 minstrels? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. In fact, yeah, you probably do actually. But you could consider updating one, and then you've still got 10, right? Logi, so Sultan CV, yes, always a must bring because it's so like this is 5 points more, and it's because this doesn't have a gun basically. But I'll have one more availability and cheaper, please, and faster, and whatever. Yeah, forward deployed CV. Yeah, you can have it 2 cards of supply on Belgium. I think you can get away with as long as you're always turning off the fuel. If you're forgetting to turn off the fuel, you will run out of supply. Inf tab, so pioneers, yes, at 1 vet, yes. These things are not good. They are not good because the Uzi is bad and the hand flam patrol is awful. Look at it, they give the black guys the bad weapons. Although I suppose these guys also have Uzis, so can't make that distinction there. Anyway, reservists, yeah, you only need 1 card of reservists. You see some people running like 2, 3 cards. You don't need 3 cards. Mech Fusilier RL83, I'm not so convinced by because you can bring them here if you really want that, right? The thing is, you need an MMG team, so I'm finding copes. Yeah, so you've got these guys anyway. I mean, if you really want, like, because this has a blinder side, right? If you're really interested in, I need a rocket launcher because, yeah. Anyway, like, this isn't a bad squad because it's 40 points for 7 guys with 2 machine guns and a blinder side. It's like better arm rifles. In fact, yes, that's exactly what it is. But, yeah, I think you need an MAG at 1 vet. So that's what I think you should be doing instead. The mech fusiliers you bring at 2 vet. You can bring them at 1 vet if you actually are running out, but like that's 21. That's a lot. So yeah, people tend to bring them at 2 vet because you only lose 6 availability across the card, and this does a lot more damage. Well, okay, I mean it does a bit more damage. Just because of the way like autocannons work. Whatever. I like them at 2 vet. If you find you're running out, well then down vet 2 of them and down vet 1 of them, you know. But just try them at 2 vet. The Milan 1, yes, should be brought in the Milan ATGM carrier to spam Milans. And the Milan 2 should also be brought in the ATGM carrier to spam Milans. If you need it, oh, I need a fast ATGM, well, you've got this, right? And you've got this. So yeah, just be slow and get this and then have 10 because the idea is you have the airborne forward deployment, right? And then you want to sit there for the whole game, basically. And that obviously you should still be attacking around the sides and pressuring and stuff, but generally you tend to get a lead in the early game and then you want to maintain it. And if you have all of this crap, it's actually very difficult for your enemy to deal with you. You can even bring this at no vet if you want, because 5% accuracy is neither here nor there really. Although you know it's 1/6 of the damage output here. So yes, the M109. I believe I bring 2 of these at 1 vet, but you know you can do it this way. This thing, yes, because well, you could bring this if you want, but it's just you know the same price for same range, right? And this has bigger smoke clouds. This thing is trash. It goes 3,500 meters. It should genuinely be 25 points. It's gross. Anyway, tanks. So yes, the Humvee TOW 2 is good. JPK 90 is pretty good, especially on the defense because of the mediocre stealth, and then Leopard 1 spam. That's a lot of Leopard 1s, man. Are you sure you need all those? Like, because this is nice. on the defense, it's actually pretty good. So that's worth thinking about. Also, 5 CVs is the minimum. Yeah, but this is like, you know, basically you could get more planes, right? This thing's not so bad because it gets 2 bomb loads, so you can bomb twice. I like this because you can get it out at the start, like first tick, and just kill the enemy forward deployment stuff, and then later on in the game you send it out in front of these. I believe actually at my Belgium div I bring a lot of planes. There it is. As you can see, no wow, yeah, no MAG team because I've not played it in a while actually, and so I'm just gonna go in here real quick and just swap that out. Yeah. And what was the other stuff? Yeah, as you can see, rocket, cluster, HE, because the rockets go in front, right? The minstrels, I just bring 1 card. I don't really think you need 12 or whatever, so... So yeah, that's something else we could talk about, right? Because that's a 2-pointer. And then, so what I do instead is I upvet this and bring 2 of those. But, I mean, that's, you know, if you need more AA, you need more AA. Also, with only 2 cards of supply, you're going to run out of supply if you take that method, because towards the end of the game, you know, if these are shooting all the time with a CV next to them, they run out. Actually, no, I don't bring this up. What the hell? Where did those points go? Probably in the recon tab, actually. Looking at it. Weird. Anyway, you know, obviously I could just say, just make the deck exactly like my deck, but basically I would consider getting rid of a card of Leopard 1A, and if you're not going to do that, at the very least these should all be at 2 vet, and if you're running out, then start down betting them, but I would be getting an extra plane here. You could either get this or you could get this. I like this one. The recon sitch, so no scimitar's pretty rough, right? That's another thing you could get instead of scimitar, right? Yeah. AA, well, I suppose that would be one of these, right? If you maybe you really want your 12 minstrels, but I mean, do you really need that? At least try it like that. At least try it like that. But yeah, if you were to get rid of this and down vet this one, then you could get more recon, and then you could get a scimitar, which is super useful, right? These, yeah, you can bring them in the helicopters for the very funny opener with the mega speed. Lately, I've been thinking about just swapping that out for a truck, and then just having, you know, just having standard airborne forward deployment and not funny. Because like, if you do this, you basically have to open with a fighter or 2 to do it, and so that's kind of a pain in the neck. So yeah, you can run it in the truck if you want, but this is very funny because it's airborne forward deployed, and this goes super fast. You can get some very, very funny places with that. And yeah, no scimitar's rough, but yeah, this is exceptional optics, so it's nice to have with your armor, so your armor can actually see. We spoke about this, but yeah, I would honestly be tempted to just get rid of that and get this, right? But yeah, it's personal preference. This one's better because you get 1 more, and like, when do you need 8 TOW2s? When does, like, if your enemy lets you shoot 8 TOW2s at you, he's an idiot, and you're gonna win anyway. Otherwise, you know, you send this out, it fires 1, and immediately a jet comes and shoots it, or your enemy smokes and leaves, so... And then, yeah, we spoke about the air tab. Switching to his opponent, we got Griffin65, a very good player. He's playing 2Y, the new 2Y division. So I've actually got a guide on the channel covering 2Y. And it's funny because in the guide on the channel covering 2Y, I specifically mentioned that this div is kind of bad against against Belgium. So here it is, right? It's like 1 hour 44 minutes. Lots of examples. A very good guide, if I do say so myself. You should watch that. And in the thing I say, look, this div kind of struggles against lighter divs at the start of the game. You can get completely knocked off and just never get back up, and you just can't kill the stuff fast enough. What I will say is that he's really not helped himself with some of the things he's bringing here. Yeah, so 3 cards of supply, you can get away with not having that, honestly, as this div. As long as you always turn off the fuel, and he's good enough to turn off the fuel. Get rid of the Belzon, replace it with the Potok, because... Although he's not actually got any... infantry, recon or whatever, but you can buy 2 of these at the start for the price of this. So it's very useful, although only having 5 CVs is pretty rough. But he's got too many tanks anyway. You need the Gvardet Metis in the BTR-80 because this is the kind of thing that helps you in the early game against the baddies as they try and rush you and you can't deal with them as fast as they can buy crap. Something like a Metis and a BTR-80 is very useful. And I don't... I mean, this, okay, you want that in the truck. Having 1 truck infantry, it can make sense. Yeah, I mean, between these two, right? So for 5 points more, you get, better anti-infantry, whatever, but I don't think you need 3 cards of this. So, I mean, you can bring it if you want. It's just, this is kind of useful to have, for the early game. I've not seen the game yet, but I played against Belgium, and it was like I couldn't do anything to him until about 20 minutes into the game. So that coloured my opinion a lot, actually. This is really weird. So what I do, unironically, is I bring only 1 card of this, so I can bring these, because these are super good against infantry. Now, having 10% more accuracy on your Rosas actually is pretty good, right? So it is a sacrifice, but that is personally what I do. You definitely don't need 7. Like, if you're gonna do this, then you might as well have it like that. Like, you don't need 7. But yeah, I do it like that basically. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you want, double a Katsia at 1 vet. Yeah, I used to run a grad, and that's why I had 3 cards of supply, and I realised that basically what you struggle against isn't tanks or, massed formations. What you struggle against is those bloody MMG teams and ATGM teams everywhere, and so having 2 Akatsias at 1 vet and then putting this next to it for 2 vet is very important. Tanks, so yeah, these you got to bring at 1 vet. I mean, basically, you could get a lot more out of your division if you just down-vetted some of these, because these are 3-point slots, so, because they don't... I mean, having these at 2 vet can make sense, because they have a lot of armor, and sort of a similar reason for these, but they don't have as much armor. But basically, I have a CV. Like, this is really nice because it's only 180 points for 20 pen CV. It's actually really nice. And then yeah, that down vetted, and you can leave him up vetted if you want. Whatever. He's not going to listen to me anyway, so he doesn't like me very much. Anyway, the Spets Razvedka need to be in the Razvedka BTR-80 at the start of the game because you want to win that fight. This is very important because you open with the Jet, although he's gone for this one instead of this one, and then the funny Hilo, and then the SU-25. But he doesn't want to do that. But he's still got the funny Hilo, so who knows? This I actually bring in the rocket Hilo and then down vet it, and then I just don't bring this one because you got plenty of infantry. And then. Wow, what do you know? I mean, I'm just remaking my deck, aren't I? But yeah, because basically, this is useful, but if you are bringing it, it should be at no vet anyway, because the whole point is mediocre stealth ATGM chucker can be useful. Like I said at the start of the game, I struggle against these kind of lighter divs, right? So that can happen, that can be useful. It's just as the game goes late, it's very nice to have 6 extra attack helos. It's actually very, very funny, but yeah, you do struggle at the start of the game. But we put a Metis in for that, which will help with that, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, these are just so useful. Last time I played against him, he was playing Spanish, and he had 3 cards of infantry towed AA guns. And so I'm really surprised he's not bringing these, actually, because he seemed to like them then. And then, yeah, this is all very normal. The only thing I have different is I have this one instead of this one. So, I don't really... I mean, it's got a nice burst, right? It fires a lot of missiles quite quickly, which can make it win plane fights. But this can kill helos, because it's got the gun. It's a lot better at killing the helos. And this only has 1 missile that kills helos. And, how are you going to kill the helo? You're going to chuck this at it. I guess that's what all the OSAs were for, but I think this is better, frankly. Anyways, that was the deck review. Now we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, let's talk about Kreide Duel. I absolutely hate this map. Next question. Basically, red has it rough, man. Blue gets all these houses and stuff in Charlie. Red gets a dip. Blue gets this nice fallback position here and this hill to help him contest Bravo. Red gets nice big open field to drive across while tank comes over here and shoots you. On this side, Blue gets this fallback position, this position, this position, this position, this position, this position, even this position, but it's less useful in terms of defending Delta. Red gets, Blue gets up to here. This is middle ground, by the way. If Blue takes this, then getting to here is very easy. And once they get to here, they own the zone because they see all the way down the road. So the only way to get... And crucially, they see past the crossroads. So the only way to get in is to, like, stop here, go across, and then down there. It's a total pain in the neck. Over here, it's about even. Although, once again, I'd say, you know, Blue, they get some more stuff on the edge of the zone here. Red, it's a bit more open. In terms of the divisions, I do have a guide on the channel about 2YA. I mentioned this in the deck review. And 2YA is like a heavy kind of late game, hard-hitting division. And it is quite susceptible to early game divisions like 16th Belgium. And I mentioned that in the guide, which is there. So I think 16th Belgium basically has an opportunity at the start of the game to get a lot done. And it just depends whether or not you can keep that momentum going, or if... I mean, this guy's one of the best players in the world, right? And I'm not being ironic. He is, right? And I'm not saying that because we're friends. He hates me. Anyway, or at least he does not like me very much. Anyway, so if he can hold out in the early game, late game, he should just destroy Belgium. I've actually got a game on the channel of me going up against Belgium as this division. And that's basically what happened. Just depends how much he loses in the early game. Looking at the deployments, we've got Griffin here, and he's opening with 4 units into Bravo. So Gvardet CSVD brings those in the truck. Saperi RPO, Razvedka Saperi also in the truck. Razvedka BMP 1P. So yeah, I'm really surprised he doesn't bring the Spets Razvedka and BTR-80s, but you know, whatever. Then he's got Spets Razvedka and not a BTR-80, and that's coming here. But these are recon deployed. He doesn't have airborne forward deployment, so this is going to see it. But I guess he's counting on this Mi-24K just killing whatever's coming the other way. Here's 2 fighters. See how that goes. And then another Razvedka BMP 1P, which he's going to park there and try and shoot stuff coming down the road. And behind that we have a T-72 at 2VAT. Then we've got a very expensive CV. Don't open CVs on Kreide, guys. It's a terrible idea. They're only +1 zones. So you don't have to. You can just get more in your deployment and just try and take these zones. Particularly if you're on this side, I wouldn't be doing this. So yeah, he's going to cap some zones. He's got 2 vet OSAs. This one's at 3 vet because it's near the CV. And then Razvedka, BMP 1. On the right, 2 units here, nothing here. Switching to his opponent's deployment, got 16th Belgium here. He's opening with 2 fighters. He's doing, yeah, basically you don't want to do this whole, whoa, I'm going to get you in the side thing. It's a terrible idea, because what ends up happening is if the enemy buys one plane, he can come over here and kill this one. And then he can come over here and kill this one. And then you say, whoa, he's played a bird. It's actually, you want to keep them relatively close to each other. So like one, you don't want them right behind each other, because one missile can suppress both. So you want it offset, and then one in front of the other. And that's a much better idea than trying to do this weave thing, which in real life makes sense. In this game, it just means you turn a 2v1 into a 1v1 followed by another 1v1, basically. Because unless he's at the meeting point of where that weave is coming in, you're going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, Sultan for Delta. Forward deployed Fusiliers. He's not unloading them. He's not using the unload command. Oh man, he's not used it for any of them. Basically, guys, you select this, you press Y, and then you click over here, and it'll get there and it'll unload, as opposed to just sitting there, which is what it's going to be doing. Humvee Totu there, right? And then, yeah, reservist for Golf, not unloading. Sultan doesn't have to unload. This is the... Right, so he's bought the forward deployed Humvee CV, and he's put it at the back instead of starting it off in the zone. thus completely negating the point of buying the forward deployed Humvee CV. And then of Mech Fusiliers, which is also not unloading. And on the right, we got the funny heli drop, but they're not actually unloading. And then some Fusiliers which aren't unloading, and a Humvee which isn't unloading because it can't, but it's also not an attack move order. A Minstrel which isn't unloading, and a Mech Fusiliers which aren't unloading. So let's unload this game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They notice the Mi-24K, and then can't kill it. Oh no, wait, yep, okay. So that was actually 4 missiles there. I know it looks like 2, but that's because they're firing 2 at once. So that is basically, yes, that is what should happen. If you've got 4 50% missiles, that's a 200% chance to hit, which means you should hit twice. Now he's unloading them. But yeah, I mean, this is like a really easy way to just completely up your game, because he has to manually unload all of these, right? Whereas if you just click up here, once the game has started, you do this. Click up here, click Y, and click here, it'll do it. Otherwise, place the unit, you know, at the start of the game. Select it, click Y, click here, and it'll unload at position. Super useful. You know, a lot of, like, because look, he's forgot. And then he has to remember, and he could be pressing something else. The thing with this, like, what is going on here, man? This thing, it didn't make much sense to me. But it is what it is. He is getting in there, right? He bought way too many. Like, I wouldn't open with any CVs on this map, honestly. And he opened with 150 points, and his opponent opened with 80. So. Anyway, T-71. Could have caused a lot of problems. There you go, that fast move saved him there, actually, because if he'd attack moved there, this would have just blown him up. So, yeah, okay, he's still going, so this is going to poke through and shoot him, presumably. Osa gets the hit there, that 2-vet Osa coming in handy. Okay, he was going for the Humvee, good idea. That's the only thing that can hurt him. So, he's got some guys here, he's not really rotating them. Got a Toad 2 coming in, kills that thing, and now he can swing it over here, although the Osa... I mean, what's going on here? Why isn't this shooting the CV, this thing? Why is it... What's the deal with the Mech Fusiliers? Just has to right-click it. I'm very certain he can see this, because this is a recon, is right there you go. So Cluster comes in and goes for the infantry. What the fuck is going on? What? He just got a side shot, but I mean, well, that he knew that was going to happen clearly, and so what? Nothing about that made sense, man. If you want to kill the infantry, buy the HE one. If you've got the cluster, why aren't you going for the tank? And then why did the tank get side shot? Oh dear. What a disaster. Anyway, so he's got a CV here, which he doesn't want to send into the zone for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, Blue's winning, by the way, that's worth pointing out, but this is obviously not going well. He doesn't seem to know about this unload command. So Red's basically sweeping the board here, right? He's taking this, he's taking this. They're just not unloading. You hate to see it, right? And this is just not going in the zone. Over here, there's, you know, one reservist isn't going to beat all that. This can hide, it can go hide there, and then they won't die. And then you get a Milan 1 here, so with the vehicle, with the Milan thing, so that nobody comes through here. Yeah, okay, so he sends the CV in, and then what you do is you hide it back here, right? Although that, you might get RT'd, so... he is going to struggle to kill this, so he needs to send it in the other reservists. And then what you do also is you send this in and shoot it with the side armor. Shoot it in the side armor, but he's not sending the reservists in. He's just sending this one in. So I mean, he's not going to kill it basically, but he might route it if he keeps shooting at it with that, right? Oh, here we go. Oh, this might actually happen. It'd be very funny if it happens. Yes, side shoot. Whoa, you saw how much damage that did. Yeah, there you go. We love to see it. The cluster was actually going for a tank that time. There is a Milan 1 there, but it's not unloading because he doesn't know about this button. This magical button. You click up here, you click Y, and then you click on the map, and then it will unload at position. this thing now can just rinse all of this. I mean, this is obviously a problem, but the Belazor probably should go down there. I mean, it's a 3-vet this because it's upvetted by the CV, and I think it's because it actually did kill the T-72 maybe. Somehow that's got to... Okay, so it's 2-vet without the CV. So, okay, blue still winning somehow. There's good stuff with that IFV though. Did a good job with that. Because yeah, these on the side armor are really, really good. But he really needs to not sit around and die, right? You know, just smoke and back, and you know, move this behind that, or just go forwards into the tank and get shot. So yeah, this can't get over there. The cluster's coming in. It's going on a tank this time. There is an OSA there, which he does need to deal with. So he should get out. He shouldn't be able to shoot him twice. Yeah. Because of the range. And this is kind of what we were speaking about. Like, I mean, the 2Y player played very, very aggressively given how weak his division is at the start. And he is being punished for that. Like, if it were up to me, I wouldn't be... honestly, I'd probably just sack this one off. Because you don't have good infantry. Well, I suppose you got Sapere Opio and stuff. I would probably focus my efforts, like, kind of here. You know, maybe try and take this. This is in a nice spot, but you'll be able to see it soon as he... You want to unload these behind the buildings, not in front of them. Because, you know, what if there's an AA here? The building will cover you as you descend, and so you might... Sometimes it saves you, right? Nice habit to get into, that. Yeah, so blue's on the +1, but like this is by no means over because red can build up and he is better in the late game. I don't even open with any of those T-72 tanks. I don't even buy them until about 20 minutes in. Okay, that's not true. Like 5 to 10 minutes in, and then I'll buy one because they just die to bombers like that, and so. I don't know, I mean, you can open with one if you're not going to do the funny opening with the SC-25 and stuff, but he was right to open with the double OSA to protect it. And now he's... Oh, so these are in a dip, right? But yeah, so Griffin, he can put this in here, and then he'll stop the tick that way, because he actually has golf. Just surprising, really, because Belgium's strong here. Belgium's strong in the kind of foresty fights. Generally, just because of the, you know, the mech fusiliers getting 3 machine guns and stuff, and you know, so this is arm rifles but with worse AT and 3 machine guns, and this is arm rifles but just better for some reason. But it's because of price compression. If this was 45, it wouldn't be good. So anyway, yeah, more guys that he needs to remember to unload. JPK 90s are nice on the defense, so I think that makes a lot of sense. Because they've got mediocre stealth. But yeah, this is pretty much locked down, and now, yeah, so he can get that back in there. He needs a bit of arty, right? Because what you do is you buy a reservist, and you just run the reservist forwards. You run him from this way, because there will be somebody here that will try and shoot you. So actually what you can do is smoke there, and then run it forwards, because that's how they defend this. There won't be somebody in here. Like, this is quite surprising. And the only reason he can't see this is because he's put it in the wrong bloody building, and so it can't actually see in front of it. And now it's going to start shooting him. So... Oh, he's on hold fire, okay. So, OSA's here, and the OSA will actually one-shot this. So he's got to be careful, and it hits him, and there he goes. So. But yeah, I mean, basically you just want to, you know, not have the infantry get shot loads and pull stuff back. This is a really big issue, but you see the... oh, he lost both his things there. Ah, the cluster, okay. So, really, he wants to be targeting these OSA positions, because they're not actually moving. So you can get an arty. He's got 2 arty. Surely, yes, good, good. What's going on the OSA? Because this has less than 1 top armor, so dies pretty easily. And then, yes, keep this back here until this is finished firing. And also, it can't shoot while moving, so you can actually, like, I don't know if he's not got any recon here, but if he did, you know, then when this starts moving, then you come in with the bomber and you blow it up. Because it can't shoot you. But you can't see it, right, so he doesn't know. Anyway, this is a HE. That's a triple kill there, really nice. And look, the Osa's stunned, so yeah, good stuff. And then he needs to... I would manually evac that, like, bring it this way and then evac it, because if it came this way, you would die, but if this had more ammo. Anyway, the M109s, yes, that's a good idea as well. But yeah, he needs, like, a reservist here. I understand that this is the priority. But you see, like, Griffin needs to buy some fighters. He's pushing too aggressively, and the AA, like, there was only one Osa there, and no fighter, so he's just going to get shot. He's going to get bombed even, and that's what's happening. But yeah, attacking over this field into this is very difficult, because, like, you know, basically Blue just needs to put an ATGM there, or better yet, a Leopard 1A5, and just as they come down the road, you just shoot them all. Having said that, Red is achieving, through just sheer force of will, just running endless people in, and Blue looks like he didn't spend his income for a minute there, because this has just come out now, and that's more than 260 points, I think. Yeah, it is. It's about 300, and buying 2 RT pieces at once and not putting the CV next to them, it all slows you down. It all slows you down, and now the minute's passed, he needs to be buying more stuff, because like he just doesn't have anything here, because, you know, this is 2 minutes income, more or less, sort of. And this was a minute's income that he didn't spend, and the tick just happened, and okay, so, you know, 30 seconds later they come out, but it's just, now they're going to get there 30 seconds slower. That's all there is to it. So, this guy, so he's finally realised that that's in the wrong building, and now he should be able to see that Spetsrazvedka when the GSR pops. And, okay, so he's not actually standing still. And, yes, this is an issue. But, like, he had a Humvee Totu here, and he brought it up here. I guess the idea is it can actually kind of shoot there, but not really. So he loses a guy in the transport, and he just doesn't know about that. I need to stop bringing it up, because it's not going to change over the course of the game, is it? Because he can't hear me, so he's just going to keep doing this. So these need to unload, like, right now, as opposed to just kind of, like, what the fuck is he doing? This is not good. So he will lose... Okay, just loses all his infantry there. Yeah. So he's got some more coming. Now he's, after losing those transports, he's decided to send the tanks in where the transports were. And now they're getting blown up to the same thing. But, okay, no, this is going to get shot by a BMP too. Although, yeah, no, it is, because both the ATGMs are dead. The Chaika is dead, okay. I'm surprised this isn't engaging. Maybe it can't see it. It probably can't see it. Otherwise it would be engaging. Okay, so his bombers are back up. And we know he did well with those last time. Okay, so then this should go on the Osa. Although, I mean, sort of missed your opportunity there, because it will fire. These need to unload. Should go down, really. I mean, there's a MiG-29 behind it. It does have 30% ECM, though. Okay. I mean, the guns would have got it, but he had to go away because of these. And there you go, so then he dodges 3 missiles or whatever, so the debt is repaid or whatever. 6. There we go. He got hit by 1 missile out of 6 there, so it was about the same number. So this dodged 4, I think, and that dodged 5, so there you go, it's fair. But that's 40% ECM. Anyway, need a recon here. These should be in the tree line. Move the minstrel back. Get this JPK over to here. Like, these Totus, like, there should just be one there. And then you just kill stuff as they come in. Obviously, the RT is going to get it, so you got to move and move and move. So, this will now see that when this stops moving, because it's ground surveillance radar, and that's pretty close. So, just give it a few seconds, because it takes like 5 seconds to kick in or something. Sultan's in that zone back there. So, still can't see it, apparently. Alright, well, guess I don't know how to play. This is Grand Seville's radar, it's right there. Interesting. More is... Oh, he unloaded them beforehand this time. But yeah, this is... basically, he should just get back and start arty and all that. Because, yeah, like, Red's infantry is actually better in a stand-up fight. It's just Blue's infantry is so much more cost-effective. As you can see, there's a lot of Red infantry there. The other thing you do is you get a Leopard 1 and you put it here, because then they can't reinforce down this road. And so, like, this isn't doing anything. So you bring it here. And you could also get one of the IFEs here and try and... Because this would actually be able to shoot him in the back and so on. But, okay, so Pioneers coming in. Need a supply as well. And you don't want these transports near the infantry because the RPGs and the explosions actually end up lowering their cohesion. So Pioneers are coming in now. He's giving them attack move orders, which is wrong because the satchels won't explode. Because the forest fighting range is 350 and this is 150. So yeah, probably a decent Acacia volley there. Osa's been spotted. Oh, there's 3 Osas there now, so... He's brought a backup CV, but you see the idea behind the cost efficiency of the infantry, right? This guy buys 1 tank, this guy buys about 6 infantry. 5 or 6 infantry. Ah, he's going for the Acacia because the Acacia's not moving. So he sent the F-16 out first to spot the Osas, and then he's using the clusters on the infantry. Okay. He only lost one. He lost 2 planes there. That was really bad, actually. But one of them was a fighter. This thing, Griffin getting a little bit lazy there, not moving it between the shots, and so he actually loses it. And that was an upverted Acacia. So. Also, he could have had a CV next to it. So this has just been hanging out here. Like I said, this guy is he was rank 6 last time. I think he's rank 11 at the moment. There you go. He's clocked it. Oh yeah, I can just put this here and shoot all the reinforcements. Hopefully he realises, like, no, he's doing this again, man. He just keeps running all the vehicles into the forest and they all keep dying. He just needs to send them here and then they can engage all these targets, right? Because, yeah, I mean, it's getting a few hits off before it dies, but it's not a good use of resources. Anyway, he's aiming for where the Osa was, I guess, or he's trying to find the CB. Either way, he's basically on it there. This is armoured, so I'm not sure it'll die. Depends on the hits. Especially, he's moving it forward, so... Yeah, looks like he'll get the Osa. Maybe not. No, okay. Goes for the tank again. Does actually get it that time. These Osas aren't moving. But yeah, if that happens, like, I mean, basically, he's got 4 of these. The cluster and the HE together. And his opponent has a lot more than 4 tanks, so you gotta, you know, think. Yeah, so now he's sending the JPKs in to get shot by the RPGs. Well, this is actually out of RPGs. This has 3 left. This has 4 left. This can't RPG. Wow. If he doesn't fix this problem... Okay, so he's sending the T-64s. At close ranges, these trade efficiently into... Like, the T-64 should still win, but the point is that 2 of these is 100, and this is 235, so... Alright, obviously he's got to be... yeah, he's dead, because he just didn't... He'd already fired and stuff, so... And then this shouldn't be there, it should be here. It can shoot down, and then like this Humvee Ito 2 that isn't doing anything, that can come over here as well, and you just put it there. And you can just shoot all the way down here. It's actually very, very difficult for Red to take this zone. Some mech fusiliers coming in here. So he's unloading them all because of the tank, which is fair enough, really. CV went down. Might have been RT. This could be near it. That T-64 is a big problem. He needs a... Okay, he's sending his... So he's lost 2 or 3 of these now. I think he's lost 2. Okay. He should lose a 3rd here. Yeah, so that he's got one of those left. And I don't know if it's the bomber or the cluster. I think it's the bomber. HE, I mean. Obviously both bombers. But yeah, I mean, he's sorting it. It's just, this is, like, red is slowly gaining on him here. I'll admit, red could be making this a lot easier for himself than he is. You know, doesn't have to be doing it this way, right? Could be trying to play where he's a bit stronger, like in the open here, you know, with the tanks and stuff in the open. Stronger, but wants to engage 16th Belgium in an infantry trash fight. That's obviously not going to work out long term for him because 16th Belgium has a lot more infantry. And like this is very good against infantry for its price. Just in terms of like its cost efficiency, because it's got 3 machine guns, which is like 6 rifles. So it's got 10 rifles for 40 points. That's really not bad. You know, there are better squads, but generally they cost more. Or they're like, you know, satchel guys, which are literally designed to kill infantry and they don't have AT and stuff, whereas these are decent. So he's been spotted here, so we could smoke that, you know, get a Humvee Tow 2 in here or whatever, send it round or whatever. Yeah, you'd expect the MiG-29 to win that, particularly with the OSA helping out. These things are getting shot. Okay. Okay, he just wasn't looking, clearly, he just drove right into that. Anyway, you see the spam, I mean, it is slowly working, right? It is happening. Double HE coming in here, that would be good against this. Oh, he's lost his targets, I think. There was a guy, actually, I forgot there was a Gepard here. And now with the fighters out, he's not going to get another chance. Like, he had a chance there and he sort of blew it. So now if he comes in, like, okay, these are probably both going to die. So he gets mech fusiliers and he loses. Where are you going? Just wasn't given an order. And because of that, he gets that. Okay. Well, it is what it is. But hey, blue's on the +1, right? Because this is taken by red, this is blue, so he's on the +1. And honestly, this guy's going to run out of CVs if he keeps doing this. He has 6 CVs in his deck, and how many have died here alone? Many, right? Sadly, these things disappear. Looks like he's still got at least 2 left, and that becomes 1. Like, because there's no way it might survive, actually. Is he going to use his... Okay. I was going to say, hopefully he's not using his last bomber. Okay, that one's going to make it. Okay. But yeah, he sends them here, they get arted. He sends them here, they get arted. He is using his last bomber on the CV. And it's not going to drop because of the hill. And now it's dead. Seller V, as they say. Bummer cheeky. Oh, this is out of ammo, so... That must have been a crit or something. I shouldn't one-shot that. I died in 2 stages, so yeah, it will have been a crit. So, another Belazor sent to get arted. This Chaika's still alive, though. Like, I mean, while this guy still has 2 CVs, the Hope's alive. Because he needs one to contest this zone and one to contest this zone. But if he loses one of them, then he's basically lost the game, right? Because, well, you know... Yeah, I gotta tell you, man. It's tough being on the red side, but he really did not help himself. He could have attacked in the open, where he is strong. Or in the open here, where he is strong, right? Get the T80 Mega U there. Well, nobody's coming down that road anymore, are they? And you obviously got to get like 3 OSAs behind it. And then attack over here with some T72s. Or attack in here, right? Here to here. Take that, and then get in this way. He's got the armor. But instead he's insisting on this infantry fight, and that is where Belgium is just gonna just spam him to death. And here comes 3 more guys, do you know what I mean? And he always seems to lose the transports they come in. It's a shame, really. If only he knew to put a guy here. Just a Humvee Tow 2 there. Well, Like, what they're going to do now? They basically have to arty it. It's very, very difficult to deal with. So, yeah, I mean, he's got to go, right? The triple mech fusiliers is... Because you can buy 3 of these in a minute, because that's 85 points, and you get 260, so that's 255, right? Obviously one died. And it's just like every minute he's just buying 3 more infantry, and his opponent can't really do that, or at least he could at the start, but as he's running out of the lighter stuff, he has to switch to the mechanized stuff, and, you know... Okay, it's good that he unloaded that. Anyway, something I forgot to talk about at the time. When the Humvee TOW-2 was here, he fired a TOW-2, and the tank smoked. And then the tank drove through the smoke and it shot him. So you got to be careful of that when you're in tank gun range, because that does happen. So you basically just have to reverse and just wait for him to piss off. Okay. That's just a really good point, actually. You could have sent one of these out ages ago, because the OSAs can't engage it. Then he probably would have brought Iglas or something, but the general idea is there, right? And he's not got like long range AA or anything. Like, he needs like a minstrel here or something. So his opponent now knows, wait a minute, there's nothing here, but he's just too tunnel visioned. Like, he's not given up on this idea of I must attack here where my enemy is strongest. He hasn't adapted. He hasn't improvised, adapted, overcome, as they say. Anyway, he's bringing some minstrels, and his opponent's bringing a bomber. So you see that sort of thought process. They've both reached the same conclusions. So this has to drive out again, which will put him on a temporary +1. If it ended right now, it would be a draw. You need 100 points difference. Big, very scary mech blob here. But no AA. I suppose there's an OSA there. And so he's sending the funny business. The OSA does outrange them quite a bit, actually, so I think he should just run this away, because the OSA is quite rare, not unique, but somewhat rare in that, you know, it can just kill these in one hit. Their advantage is no manpad can kill them in one hit, but this definitely can, as you can see. This is his last one as well. He lost 2 more to OSAs here as well, and there was the 3rd one. I believe it's 4 in a card. So these just need to run back into the forest. There's no reason to just sit there and get hit by the enemy tanks that you can't really fight. So they should all just retreat back into the forest and basically get a couple Humvee TOW-2s and put them here to stop this kind of thing from happening. He went for the wrong one, really. Should have gone for this one, but it's a small thing. And yeah, as I said, you know, as Red, as long as he's got these 2 CVs, he can still win. Even with 1 he can win, right? It's just, it gets harder. So this is probably going to die now. No, okay. A little bit fortunate there. Could have wait. What's the deal with the drones, right? He could have sent a drone over and then shot it with that to be in there. And now at this point he's probably really regretting getting all his tanks and just throwing them into the forest to die, because now he doesn't have anything there. He's getting the TOW-2, right? The drone sees all, including the CV. MiG-29 will probably eventually take it out. You'll notice he's not unloading his minstrels. The Leopard ones... So the advantage here is that, because of where he's put them, you know, the guys at the back can't see him because he's retreated into the forest. Although he's... I mean, he's really doing his best to throw this, but... Like, he's sending them forwards, right? But he did get the T-80UD. Did that die? Okay, I see. It had to turn to face these or something, and the Leopard one's got it. Gets the OSA. That's a smart move, actually. Although I personally would be killing this... Oh, you can't see it because there's a little dip there. Okay, I was going to say, surely the T-64B is a more pressing threat. Like that, you know? So this needs to smoke now because this guy's going to shoot first. It does not. Trika's coming back in. Belazar's going to die there. Yep. This has been revealed now. Blue knows it's there. Although this isn't in a position to shoot it, because if it came forwards, the Milan 1 would engage. And this is the last CV. He's sending it in front of the infantry. So if Dustin's paying attention, he can just run it up and kill it. The T-64's on the prowl, though. Like, there's just minstrels here. Although the double leopard... Like, if he gives these attack move orders instead of just fast move orders, you know? So otherwise he's going to get side shot. He still should kill it, because there's two of them, and they're at very close range, so... Oh, there you go. I think he did switch it to the attack move order there, and the Chaika's got to go again. This is the last CV, and yeah, he's realised, well, that's going to die, and I'm toast, so... That was a very, very funny game. We've got rank 300 here, beating rank 11. So that explains why his rank went down. Like I said, it was like rank 6 before or something, but... yeah. I mean... Certainly things could have been done differently in that game, but all's well that ends well, as they say. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. GG.